Definitely needed to be changed. Hi everyone, and welcome to Drive, Chris Capredoni, your source for automotive reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations. Please subscribe to our channel, watch the entire video, watch our other videos, and of course, click on notifications to be first to learn about new videos. I'm Chris Capredoni, and in this how-to DIY video, I will demonstrate replacing the spark plugs in a GM 1.4-liter Turbo 4 Ecotec gas engine. Properly functioning spark plugs are vital to maximize performance and power, as well as achieving peak fuel efficiency. The Ecotec engine can be found in all Buick Encores, Chevy Cruzes, as well as in the Chevy Sonic. Today I will be performing the spark plug replacement in a Buick Encore. Let's get started. Hi everyone, today I'm going to be replacing the spark plugs in a GM 1.4-liter Turbo 4 Ecotec engine, which is found mostly in the Buick Encores, but it's found in also the Chevy Cruze, and I also think there's another one that's involved that it has the engine in. I'll put it up on screen once I find out, but I know there are a few models that carry this engine. So the standard replacement is an Iridium spark plug, and it takes 4 of them. So what I'll do is I'll get set up so that I can demonstrate how you replace them. So right here is the engine block. This is the valve cover. And what we need to do first is to remove this little plastic cover. And what you do is you put your hands underneath and you lift from the front. Then there are 2 clips at the back. You need to put your hand in there and kind of gently unclip them. They are plastic, so be very careful. And then lift it up and away. So the next step now is for us to clean the area here, because if I can impress upon you, one of the most important things is not to let any dirt get into the cylinder heads once you remove those spark plugs. So make sure that your working area is nice and clean, vacuum it, use a brush, whatever you need to make sure that any dirt, dust, or debris will not find a way into the cylinder heads. The next step now is to remove the coil pack bar. You don't have to disconnect it from its electrical supply, because once you remove the 2 bolts, there's one missing here. Once you remove the Torx 30 bolt, you'll be able to lift them all out at the same time and just move it aside, so you don't have to disconnect. So I've got a Torx 30 hex bolt bit. Remove the bolt and put it aside, and just lift up firmly. You'll hear like a puckering or suction sound. And there it is. Move it aside, and that gives you access to all 4 bolts. Now I see a lot of dust here, so again, I'm going to want to vacuum this area before I even go down and start removing the spark plug. So that's what I'll do now. Now comes the fun part, which is actually removing the spark plugs. So what you need is a 5/8, which is 16 millimeter socket designed for removing spark plugs. And you just put it to attach it to a ratchet. And before you start, always have some sort of a magnetic device where if something happens, you can actually go in and pull it out. For example, it doesn't stay attached to the bit. So I'm going to start with the first one and just slowly. So here's one of them. Yeah, they're in pretty bad shape. They need to be replaced. Next step is to install the brand new plugs. Now, one step that's advisable is to use what's called dielectric grease. And what it does is you put it on the tip of the spark plug, the ceramic part here. And what it's supposed to do is prevent arcing and increase efficiency. So I'm going to put a little bit on, spread it on. Don't have to put a lot. And actually, I'll just drop it in place carefully and start slowly installing it. Checking it's going down. Now, the torque on a typical spark plug is 8 Newton meter, which is basically just hand tight. There, I'm done. Stick my finger in there just to test. That one's installed, so I need to do three more. And that's the fourth and final one. So they're all installed. I'll see if I can give you a shot from above. Now that all the new spark plugs are installed and torqued down to spec, the next thing is to reinstall the coil pack. So just grab it, line it up, and push it down. Now I can't push it down any further, so the next thing to do is just secure it with the bolts. Again, this vehicle only has one, but it's preferable to have two, but one will hold them down. This is a Torx 30-bit. Again, the spec would probably be around 8 Newton meters, which is hand tight. This is already back installed. So the last step now is to put the cover back in, and you're done. Final step is to reinstall the cover, and you install it from the back clips and then swing it down and secure the front clips. There you go, it's all done. Now you're ready for probably, with Iridium, probably at least another 50,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on, of course, your driving habits, the condition, the environment, all that sort of stuff. Again, I usually check the plugs on an annual basis just to see what shape they are in. You never know. Some could prematurely wear out and you'll need to replace them earlier. So I'm just giving you basically a maximum life span of Iridium. They're very good for spark advance, fuel economy, acceleration. They are supposed to last longer than platinum and of course a lot longer than old style copper plugs. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for watching this comprehensive DIY tutorial on replacing a vehicle's spark plugs. The vehicle featured in this video is a Buick Encore with a 1.4-liter turbo 4-cylinder Ecotec engine. This engine is also found in several popular Chevrolet subcompact vehicles. All internal combustion engines have spark plugs that need replacing at regular intervals to maintain engine power and fuel efficiency. Having properly functioning spark plugs can save you hundreds of dollars a year in unburnt fuel being wasted by worn out or damaged spark plugs. Replacing spark plugs at regular intervals is smart and cost-effective in the long run. We hope you found this DIY tutorial informative. Please subscribe to our channel, Drive Chris Capredoni, and watch our other informative videos as your source for vehicle reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations.